Welcome back. Well, an underground story that not many see. We're traveling the countryside with Andrew McCrae this week.
Take a ride down an elevator 650 feet below the surface of Hutchinson, Kansas. And you'll find endless miles of tunnels that lead to active salt mines dating back over a century.
They mined out over 980 acres of salt in this mine. And on a daily basis, they produce right about 5,000 tons of salt every day.
About 80% of this salt is used to treat roads during the winter. The remainder is used for agricultural purposes. As the salt was mined, vast areas underground were now large empty spaces. Lee Spence is president and CEO of Underground Vaults and Storage. Some of the company's owners were connected to the World War II Monuments Men group, who worked to recover valuable items Hitler had seized and stored in salt mines in German-controlled areas.
And the idea kind of surfaces from there that we could do the same thing and store valuable records and artifacts and store it right here in the middle state of Kansas.
The company began in the late 1950s and has continued to grow here in the salt caverns below ground.
Behind me is a storage area. It's a private storage area called a bay, and we have 106 of these bays. That's 15,000 square feet, and we actually just build shelving and we set it up to actually store. This one happens to be movie film.
And movie film alone accounts for 30 to 40% of their business.
We get a lot of major motion picture studios that store with us because of the preservation of the film that the salt provides, and it's the security as well.
The temperature underground is a constant 68 degrees, with humidity between 40 and 45%, and many directors and motion picture companies still like to shoot on film. There are rows and rows and rows of boxes here for the film industry alone, with some works that date to the early days of movie making.
We go back to the 1920s during the silent films, the black and white films. I've seen some films with Charlie Chaplin's name on them.
Lee can't mention all of the original films stored here, but he can certainly rattle off some titles that just about everyone would know.
Classics such as Wizard of Oz. We also have Gone with the Wind. We have Ben-Hur. The Star Wars collection is all here as well.
Interestingly, movie companies often retrieve these old films to use in new movie scenes or other projects. You can't tour the storage side of the business, but you can take salt mine tours, which show how they use the mines for securing film and things like medical records, employer files, and much more. And the business continues to grow because it seems all of us could always use a little extra space to store something.
We're always pack rats, and people are always leery of throwing something away because you always might need something.
There's rows and rows of storage shelves here, everything from classic movies to TV shows, plus medical records and much more. Just part of the vast storage network in this salt mine 650 feet below the ground. Traveling the countryside in Hutchinson, Kansas, I'm Andrew McCrae.
And as always, you can hear more about Andrew's travels on AmericanCountryside.com. All right, up next, an annual question in farm country. John Phipps has customer support. That's right after the break.
Sell it or lease it.
Join me live in the Equipment Edition of Farm Journal Field Day's online farm show on Tuesday, February 9th at noon Central. I'll be hanging out in the Network Lounge. Come join me, we'll talk machinery, and I'll answer your questions.